I'm back, but firstly I want to say a big congratulations to Andrea. I just loaded up my Telegram and this is the first thing I see. Another funded account, now 3 funded accounts all together working on another one. That is the Mogwai reversal strategy. So yes, I'm back from my travels around Vietnam. I absolutely love the country, I love the people, I love the food. I just like that part of the world, and to be honest with you, I'll probably go back there. But being serious, we need to have a conversation. I'm going to be doing a 10-part series on how to master trading, from the psychological part to the price action part to showing you a simple strategy, because I've been talking a lot about trading psychology and I received so much positive feedback from that. We need to talk about it more. It's definitely a subject that is not talked about enough in trading. And so many people talk about the psychological part and they talk about the price action part, but they don't put 2 and 2 together. You know, it's easy to say, follow this simple strategy, follow this mechanical way of trading, you know, and you will make money. But the reality is, it ain't that simple, because the difficult part is the psychological part, the thought process of actually taking a trade. And I want to go through that. I want to put all of it together. You know, follow a simple strategy, but show you the psychological difficulties you will have with following that strategy, and then showing you what you need to do to improve on that. And with each individual video, I want to tell you a story from a BD member that went from failing to being successful, and explain to you what battles they went through and what they did to improve them. Because it's very easy to say on a YouTube video. In fact, in truth, I don't think anybody on YouTube actually knows how to trade, because, and I say this, listen to me, right? Because trying to explain to me what a lemon tastes like if you've never tasted a lemon, I will see right through that. Right? When people are saying this is how to trade, you know, these are the things that I did. But I've been through those battles. I've been through those difficulties. And that is not the reality of that. All these people on YouTube sitting in Dubai, you know, with millions of pounds in their bank account, with Lamborghinis, and they're saying, yeah, this is how to trade. Reality, that's not the truth. 99% of the people watching those videos are not in Dubai with Lamborghinis. They're at home on their own, you know, with a war with themselves, you know, suffering from, you know, lack of confidence, suffering with, you know, lack of discipline, suffering with chasing trades. You know, that's the reality, not the Instagram lifestyle. What really frustrates me is there's people out there with way more followers than me, but all they are is great entertainment. And you need to ask yourself, are you on YouTube to be entertained, or are you on YouTube to learn to trade? Because if you are being entertained, you are not learning anything. The process of learning to trade is not entertaining. It's not fun. It is a war with yourself. It is a lot of struggling, a lot of time on your own. And unfortunately, you're going to have to be told that. And if it has to be me, I'm going to have to do it. Okay? Because the reality is, what you are told this lifestyle is of trading couldn't be any more further from the truth. And you know deep down, that's the truth, right? Whatever battles or struggles you are going through with your trading, I know. I have been through those, I've been through those times as well. I've split up with 2 ex-girlfriends. I've gone through depression and all of that because of trading. I know the battles you are facing, and I want to explain to you those battles you will have with trading together on the charts in a 10-part series, because we live in a world that is getting very, very bad. Reason being is because, have you noticed people at the minute won't last longer than 2 seconds scrolling through their phone, scrolling through TikTok or Twitter or Facebook? They just scroll. They have an attention span. I mean, put it this way, a goldfish has attention span of 10 seconds, and you won't last longer than 2 seconds. Scroll. You are in competition with a goldfish, and a goldfish is currently winning. That's how bad trading is. I've seen 15-year-old kids trying to give me life advice about trading, and it's like, you've not even finished school. How can you give me life advice about trading? You've not even experienced the difficulties and battles it takes to be a full-time trader. So I want to show you the reality of what it takes to be a trader from start to finish. And the reason being is because, let me explain something to you, right? If I sat there right now and say, follow this simple strategy, right, you will make money. Yeah, you will. But there's a big difference between taking your first trade and, let's say, for example, right now, let me give you an example, right? You're following a simple strategy, you take your first trade and it loses. You take another trade, it loses. Now you've had 3 losses in a row and your strategy gives you a signal. Your thought process during that moment can be completely different to the first trade you take, because in the back of your mind, you've had 3 losses. So now you start having doubt. You start lacking confidence. And what you do in that moment will be completely different to the first trade you took, right? Even though it's the same strategy, your thought process is different. You'll think to yourself, how many people have done this? You'll think to yourself, right, I've just had 3 losses. What I'll do is I'll just look for an extra confirmation just to confirm that this trade does meet the rules and, you know, it's going to give me that winner because I've just had 3 losses now. So you start doubting yourself. In that very moment, you've completely deconstructed your whole trading career. You've lacked confidence. You've searched for something when you didn't need to. You've lacked discipline. You've not followed the strategy. And what's even worse is if you don't take that trade because you've just had 3 previous losses and that trade wins, you're now sitting there doubting yourself, thinking, damn. You start feeling frustrated because you should have took the trade, but you didn't take the trade because you had 3 previous losses. So you can see how it's not actually that simple as follow a strategy, because your thought process changes every single time you take a trade. And you need to be showed that. You need to be taught that. And that's what I want to do in a 10-part series, is show you what it actually takes, the thought process, and what, you know, the difficulties you're going to have to face. And that's why I want to make a 10-part series showing you exactly how to be a profitable trader. Because it is not, I mean, like I said, when I trade, in fact, let me show you something, right? Let me show you something, okay? This is the Mogwai reversal strategy. And this is a simple strategy. But what I try and explain, and what I want to explain to you, is that every single trade you take is individual. They are not the same. And you need to understand that there is no holy grail. There is no strategy that you just follow a set of rules and you just win, right? Every single trade will be different. To give you an example here, right? Here we go here, right? I've got a setup here. There is a, hold on here, where's my chart so I can draw? Here we go here. Give me a sec here. Let me load up my charts. Okay, I'm back. But as you can see here, right, look at this support line just there. All right, look at the higher high. Look at the previous high. This is a break and retouch. Now, I would take this trade. Okay, we've got a signal here. I would take this trade. Now, what you need to understand is that this trade is going to have a completely different outcome. It's going to look completely different. My thought process is going to be completely different to every trade that I next take after this one. And you need to understand that. This is why I need to teach you this. It's not, oh yeah, well, just follow a simple strategy. Yeah, it is. This is simple. But it's the battle with actually following it. Like if I take a trade here, right? Let me take a trade. I'll put my stop loss up here. Right, long position here, boom, right, you ready? Look, now I'll put a stop loss of 10 pips, okay? I'll put a take profit of 20 pips. But what I'll do is I'll manage the trade. So as soon as the trade goes 10 pips, you know, I'll go for a 1-to-1. Do I get 10 pips out of this trade? Okay, boom. Now I've got 12 pips. So I moved my stop loss to break even. Okay, so as you can see here, I moved my stop loss to break even. I'm in a risk-free trade. I've closed off 90% of the trade. I've still got 10% of the trade still open. So for example, if I take 1 lot, I've closed off 0.90 lots. I've still got 0.10 lots open. I target a 1 to 3. Let's just say 1 to 3. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, do I get 1 to 3? I don't think I'll get a 1 to 3 out of this one. Okay, you see, look, you see how we struggled here? See how we got a double top pattern? I'll close the trade off there. Done. I've closed the trade off there. Done. Okay, now did that trade go to a 1 to 2? Maybe. Let me just see. Let me see if this price goes higher. Okay, what was that? So let's see what happens here. Now I look at this here. I could have got more pips out of that trade, but it is what it is. See, this is the difficult part here, because you'll sit there now and you'll be like, meh, maybe I did the wrong thing. Maybe I closed it off too early. What you need to do here is just appreciate the fact you made money. Done. You made money. Your job's a good one. You made money. Who cares if you closed it off early? Who cares that you could have made an extra 10%? You made money. It wasn't a loss. Done. Forget about it. Move on. Okay? That's how you should look at it. Right? Because you can always look at a trade in hindsight. You wouldn't believe the amount of people that say, Jamie, I've got a strategy that I've simulated. It makes me 10%. It's a game changer. You wouldn't believe how many times I receive emails every single week telling me I've got some holy grail strategy. And I tell them, okay, do it live and then tell me if it's still a holy grail. And normally after that, I don't hear back from them, because that's the reality, right? There's so many things in this situation. Like, this is such a simple strategy, but there's so many different outcomes to this setup, right? You could have a wide stop loss and you could lose the trade. You could have a tight stop loss and get stopped out. You could get a 1-to-1, you get a 1-to-2, you can get a 1-to-3. You could have a tight stop loss and you can get a 1-to-5 out of it. Who cares? The main thing is making money. What everybody tells you, right? The problem is people listen to other people that haven't been in the same situation as you. This is what happens, right? You have a guy over here that can't trade, right? So he's looking at what this guy's doing over here because he's having better results. But this guy isn't really any better. He's just having a good week. So this guy copies this guy, and then this guy then copies that guy, and you have these two people that don't really know what they're doing. They're just watching each other. Some days this guy is doing better than this guy. So then some guys, this guy over here is doing better than this guy, and you have a mess. That's the reality, right? Let's do one more trade. Okay, here we go here. Right, one more trade. Now, would I take this trade? No, I wouldn't. Now, this trade probably will win because there's a nice area of resistance just there. See that area of resistance here? Well, support and resistance. See here? Right, lower low, lower high. But I wouldn't take it because of these. Look at these candlesticks. Terrible. I wouldn't take the trade. Now, if I just say, let's just see what happens here. Right? Does the trade win? Okay, maybe the trade will win. There you go, there. That trade won. Now I look at this here. Okay, did I do the right thing? Do I feel like, frustrated that I missed out on an opportunity? No, I didn't feel confident in the trade. Done. That is it. Done. I don't need to ponder over it anymore. I don't need to look at it over more. It wasn't confident with the setup. I didn't take the trade. Done. I don't need to then go back and justify reasons why this happened or that happened. You try and find something that doesn't need to be found in the first place. And that's the problem. And this is why going forward, I'm going to cover this in a 10-part series. So I'm going to leave it there. The next time you see me will be next week. Hope you enjoyed that video. My name is Jamie Palmer and I'll see you in another video.